Now let's make a mess. $5. $10. $20. Ooh, 137 patience. The one thing they keep telling me I need for this hobby of mine. Alright, another 300 gold paper clips, another $30 down on this project. It's alright, it'll be worth it. Put the gold paper clips there. Dun, 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 gotta get set up. See how many people asked tonight. They always ask. See who the first person's gonna be. And we're gonna flip. Alright, so for tonight's portion of this project, the goal: put in some structural supports on the chin guard as much as possible, and then we're gonna get to the chainmail. That's right, we're doing gold chainmail on the chin guard. Gonna raise this up a little bit. I probably won't be able to see the screen, but I'll figure it out. It's always an endeavor to get this setup right for this thing. Especially with his giant honking horns. There we go. Tools, 2 pairs of pliers, snips, clamp, bunch of metal rods, and you're good to go. Evening Craig, evening Fossil. I ain't gonna try to say that one. A little bit of flaking on the gold. So the idea here is before you can apply the chainmail, you have to have something to hook it to. Otherwise, it'll just fall through. Yeah, theoretically, you could pull it tight enough, but I like the more relaxed look like that. So we're going to go about 1 inch. Gonna need 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we'll do a couple of cross beams, 20 paper clips, and then we're ready for chainmail. Clamp doesn't want to behave. Evening, William, and everyone else joining right now. Not going to take too much time measuring this because it'll fit somewhere. It's the one good thing about filling in the supports. See? It'll fit right there. None of this will be visible once this is a completed project. Been a few days since I worked with these gold ones. I forgot how much of a pain in the ass they are. 14 gauge steel. So they are a little rough on the hands. That's why we have tools. Why, thank you. I'm assuming that's an Aiden. It's the hardest part about doing these lives, trying to figure out what people's names are supposed to be pronounced as. Just like the last one, we're going to twist it, and then we're just going to randomly connect it wherever it fits. Oops. Missed one. Those of you who are not regulars on my channel might be wondering, why are my hands shaking? Nerve damage from doing this for 16 years. But it does not stop me. Yeah, I figured they'd have Aiden. Not too many people running around trying to get Paperclip Coda, though. Although, I don't know, followers are growing. 17,000, 18,000 last try. I think 17,400. No. Go a little bit further, but we're not going to do that one either. Nope. Let's go ahead and add a little bit to it. We'll get it right there. Say 4 turns. Haven't had much luck clamping these with just pliers, but we're going to give it a shot. Success. And I called it a rat. I still think I might cut the back so it goes on and off a little easier. It fits, but it is a very tight fit. Keep it going. We're going for about every inch. 360 what? Really, I can start the chainmail without going all the way up. I just need this little spot. So that's what we're going to start on. 2 more here, and then we're going to go cross beam, and then we'll do chainmail. As far as how long we're going to do this tonight, I've got about 35-40% phone battery. And I have no idea where I left my charger, so we're going to go until that phone dies. Since I only need a couple of them here, I am going to measure this one. Six more. Let's give it a shot. Really would have loved to have gotten this done before the finale aired, but that's okay. Had to wait on that shipment. May need the translators in the comments again. As long as it's not talking about Jesus crown again like night one when it did actually look like a Jesus thorn crown. Now, if you're in this room and you're watching me do this slowly, then I'm assuming you either like do-it-yourself craft or art stuff. There's a safe bet a lot of the other people in this room watching do as well. So you also go follow each other. Just saying. Alright, we're going to do a cross beam for some extra support. Then we're going to get the chainmail. We're basically going to make these look like that. No questions tonight. It's a quiet audience. It's alright though, y'all can just sit back and watch. I would play music, but one of my lives got taken down, unfortunately, for copyright music in the background. So we're not going to make that mistake again. I'm not too worried about this looking perfect because, like I said, all this that you're seeing is going to be hidden. So this is really just kind of like a skeleton for the crown. So all these little pointy pieces that I'm leaving, not a big deal. I could spend time smoothing them out, but I'm not gonna. Now, if I end up giving this one away to somebody, which I probably will, then I'll go back and smooth it. For right now, I'm just worried about getting it done. Okay, we're going to use my gloves here as a little test piece. Still getting a little dip. And granted, I can pull it tight, but I like the loose look. That one's a little loose too. We might be okay. I'll start building the chainmail anyway. Won't know until I get started. Maybe one more right there. It'll bug me if I don't, and then I try to attach it and it doesn't work. This is 4th day that I've done a live. I think we had 2 hours, 2 hours, and 1 hour, so 5 hours total so far. I estimated 12 when I started, but that was before I decided to put chainmail all around it, so that's going to at least double it. Collects quarters. I did that for a little while. I haven't kept up with the comics too much in the last 5-6 years, but I do have about 3,000 comics sitting in my basement in storage, though. Ironically, not many Lokis. I was never a big comics fan of Loki. Or the Avengers in general. I was an X-Men person. Evening, Ezekiel. For those of you wondering how much these gold paper clips cost, a lot, goddammit. They're not actual gold. They are gold painted, but they're very good quality. 14 gauge steel, I believe. About 10 cents a paperclip. This is about a $50, $60 project. Well, if we're talking movie-wise, then I am going to go with Captain America. If we were talking comics, then I'm going to go with Captain America. I used to hate Captain America with a passion. In the comics, I hated him until the first Civil War hit. See if that helped at all. Huh? Maybe if I go sideways. Yeah, we're going to go vertical. Okay, we got a little more support there. I'm doing the chainmail. I can always add supports later. Adding supports to any of my projects is always my least favorite. Most important, least favorite. We're doing Loki's helmet out of gold paper clips. Now we're about to make a bunch of chainmail out of this gold using this metal rod. For those of you who do chainmail and are wondering, this is 3 millimeters. Very tiny circles. And as always, the other most important tool is this little ring right here. Will save you a lot of time with chainmail. Will hurt your finger after a while, but it's worth it. For the coils. And the little tiny bit that I already made that I didn't want to trash because these things are so expensive. So now we just need to make a whole lot more of this. Yes, recording. What's up? Hold on. I gotta open a cap of pasta sauce apparently. Hold on. Oh, this thing's really impressive, y'all. I did not anticipate this being where this live was leading. There we go. Alright, intermission over. Where's the one I just... There it is. I use the paper clips for everything. It's one of my rules that I set for myself 15 years ago. Nothing that you'll ever see on my work is anything but paper clips unless I specifically tell you it is. Occasionally I'll make a wire tree. But I don't like wire. If I need color, which we will eventually in this project, I just use color-coded. There's some more paperclip chainmail. Don't want any of it go to waste. .14 gauge, man, I tell you. Evening, Elisa. And now we have a little coil. Little baby coil, 3 millimeters. But we're going to need a whole lot more than that. That little piece is 2 paper clips. And we've got to cover this whole thing. Honestly, the 500 more I bought probably still isn't enough. Now, one thing about me when I make paperclip, chainmail, no matter what it is, gloves, whatever, is I like to double it. It helps me keep my point, or where I left off. So I know for a fact that this is from 2 paperclips. So I've got 2 coils. So we're going to make this exact same thing a second time. And then we'll make 4 paperclips, and then 8, and so on, and so on, and so on, until I get a sheet. Then I will carve the sheet into the piece size I need. So, snip, snip. More metal shards for the room. Need to sharpen my clippers. Sharpen my clippers. Oh no, 20% battery left. We're gonna go till the end. And go till phone completely dies on me. Then I will go looking for the charger. So we're going to set up exactly what I need. In this case, 8 rings to the side. 5. 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to need 3 open ones. One, I know I already saw some open ones in the jar. And that one has lost most of its paint, so we're not taking any crappy rings. We're just going to trash that one. 2 and 3. So open ring. This is 4 and 1, so we're taking 4 closed rings. And we're going to put 4 of those on the 1 ring. I always double back and make sure the rings are closed properly before I put them on. Extra step and more work, but that's okay. All right, so we're going to take our little open ring, and we're going to hook 4 of the closed ones on it. The step that nobody can fail. You can, however, drop it. So that's all it is. 4 closed rings on 1 open. We're going to close it up. And we're going to try to carefully set it down on the finger. Kind of let it unfurl. 2 on each side. Get it to look like that. And there's a million different artists out there that will do this a different way, but I like it to be facing that direction. That's just my method. All right, we're going to take another one of our open ones. We're going to hook this open one just through the top 2. So down and back up. Down and back up. 3 millimeters. We still got that one open. I'm going to close 2 more. Going to put those on there. Then we're going to grab there. We're going to shut it. We got 1 more row. So our last open one. Through the top 2 again. Our last 2 closed. Hook it to the top, 1 on each side. Grip. And close. All right, so now I have 2 identical pieces. Each with 11 rings. And you got to get them facing the exact same direction like that. We're going to take 1 more open, just like so. Going to grip it however you like to do it. There's a feel to this. Except this time, instead of attaching 2 new ones, we're going to attach the bottom 2 of this. But always remember, you have to verify that your rings are laying the exact same direction. So in this case, we're going to look at the middle one, and you see how it's kind of pointing this way. And then these are all pointing this way, with this one after it above that one, this one after it above that one. So we are facing the right way. So we're going to grab that open one, and I just dropped it. Let's get it the right way again. Okay. One more time without dropping this little tiny thing. Okay, that's it. God damn it. I'm just going to attach it. I know it's the right way. I tried to show you guys it's the right way and attach it. It's the problem. Oh, Lordy. Getting off to a good start on the chainmail. Alright, so nope, wrong way. Through. And hook. And drop it. Disconnected from one. Tell you, man, chainmail. It's always fun with the small piece. The smaller it is, the harder it is to work with. Once you start getting something this size, that's a breeze. You don't lose your place. You connect easy. Even if you drop it, you can just keep on going. Let me do this again. Okay. Hook. Without dropping. We're going to not use the ring because the ring is what caused me to drop it the last time. Closed. All right. So now we got one solid piece. It is 11 rings plus 11 rings plus one connector. So 23. So in order to double this, I'll need 23 more rings. And you just keep doubling it and doubling it and doubling it. And I try to make it a square. So the next one's going to go sideways. Only a little bit more difficult to attach. So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left. Need 23 for the next piece. Should have counted to see how many rings I got on each one. I know it's going to be at least 2. Take this off till we're ready. We're just going to do 4 rings to play it safe. And as always, I will tell everyone, you do not have to use paper clips. You can use whatever wire you like. It is my medium of choice. It does not have to be yours. Evening, Matthew. We are making Loki's crown out of paper clips, but right now I have to make the chainmail to cover it. So this is his chin guard. His horn's up there somewhere. You're going to need a whole lot of chainmail out of paper clips. Little coil. Said it once already, I'll say it again. If you're still here watching this out of paper clips, then that means you're a fan of art or do-it-yourself or Loki. Either way, there's 80 others here. Go follow one another. Obviously, you have the same interests. Man, this one's going to be tough. There you go. We got a fan of art. Everybody go follow her. Or him. Can't say which. Small little picture. Two. Can already tell from how that one wrapped that that middle ring is going to be trash, but that's okay. The rest of them will be fine. There is an art form to wrapping this. I just wrapped the left side too fast. Start trying to bend these little pieces with your fingers, they will go through your finger. I've had one go completely through my thumb before. Was not a pleasant experience. And I'm talking through, all the way. Paperclip art is not for everyone. There is a warning attached. Like anything that has repetitive motion constantly, I have nerve damage from working the pliers. No, it does not hurt. Yes, I am fully aware my hands shake. Do not need to point it out. Nobody has done so far yet today, but usually at least one person per video. Three. Last one. Should be plenty of rings. And yes, I could use much bigger rings. Like this piece of chainmail. But I don't like this one because you can see through it. So I'll make it a tighter weave. 3mm. Be so much easier if I was going big though. Could finish in a night. No problem for those of you who don't want to sit here and wait through this whole thing. Usually the day after or sometimes 2 days after, depending on TikTok, I upload live replays of the entire video on YouTube channel, Paperclip Kodo. Don't go there looking for extra content. It is strictly a place for me to upload my lives because they are too long for me to keep saving on my phone everywhere. But you can fast forward. Done. Alright, we need 23 rings. We got 6 already. So we're going to cut till we hit 23. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Did not need all these. But we'll use them eventually. 15, 16, 17, 18. Bad cut. See, I knew that was going to be bad when I called it. Not keeping the bad ones. 19, 20, 21, 22, 22, 23. So we don't lose these since we're going to need them in a minute. I should really be writing these numbers down for later. Right now they're small. It doesn't really matter. It's not important. But when you start getting into the sheets of thousands, it is important. So when you're trying to make sure that it is even, having the exact amount of rings is important. So we're going to count it one more time. $23. All right. Now we got to prepare them. Put the prepared ones right back in the cup. We are going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 open. The rest closed. Open. Let's use the top of our cap here. We are making Loki's crown out of paper clips. Currently, we are making the chainmail portion, which is going to overlay it. And yes, I did just miscount. 1, 2, 3, 4. Five. 6. Going to try to do this a little bit faster since I only have 10% battery left. I want to try to get that matching piece of that connected so we can double it. All right, the rest of these have to be closed. Really need to get me a long charger. Now, my old phone had, I don't know, 30 chargers lying around, but then I got a new iPhone with the unfortunate new charging port. You can still charge it off the old ones, but it's a lot slower. I gotta find one of those long ones, even if it is slower. I got them somewhere hidden in the house. I picked them all up, but I didn't think I could use them anymore before I realized they still worked. Almost got them ready. Give them that little squeeze before you close them. Gets rid of any little metal splinters on there. Saves you some work. All right, we're ready. Did I just drop one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, that's right. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20. Nope, we're good. One open, 4 closed, which is why it's called 4 in 1. Not my night. I did get that pasta jar open earlier, though. Want my credit for that. These gold ones are not the best to work with. They're good quality. I'm not knocking the paper clips. They're actually very good. But this gold pigment paint they have on here is like slippery. Never dropped so many times doing this before. You just wait. We're doubling each time. So right now it's only 23 rings. Next it's going to be 56, and so on and so on. Eventually I'm going to have a giant pile of them out here. And we're going to connect this one sideways to make a cube with the other one. Going a lot faster. Damn it. Plastic coating, man, or whatever it is. It's definitely paint. It chips off, so it's definitely paint. My pliers do not have any treads on them. Helps to prevent scratching. Also reduces your grip. Usually not an issue. One more open. We did it without losing any rings, even though I dropped it multiple times. Before I drop it again. Last two to connect. This is a jump ring closer, and it's basically just a little ring with some little slots on it. So you can shove your piece of your ring in there, use that as like an extra pair of pliers. If you're using it on stuff like 14 gauge steel like I am, your hand is going to hurt after a while, so I recommend changing fingers. You put a lot of pressure. And you do slip. But we should have two matching pieces now. Now we just got to connect them sideways. Spread it out. Spread out our other one. And let me see if I can lift that up so you guys can see that they do not match. Got to do some flipping. Alright, so it'll become clear what I mean by facing the same direction here if you look at it. So your middle rings on this one are laying towards the top. Your middle rings on this one are laying towards the bottom. So you can't connect them that way. We are making Loki's crown out of paper clips. Here's the crown. Now I need to fill it in with chainmail. So we're using the same paper clips. So before I can connect this, we have to line them up right. So we're going to flip one of them around without dropping it. Okay. Now our middle rings are both facing the same direction. And our side rings are both facing the same direction, going that way. With the one on this side above the one before it. So now we're going to carefully set that down. And we're going to need 7 more rings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we'll connect it. And then we'll call it a night. So 7 rings, and 7 rings is all we need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Extra coil away. Put our ring back on. We're going to do this one at a time. Alright, so I said before, everybody's got their own way of doing things and how they like to look at this. The current direction they are in is how I like to do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect this open ring through this one on the top and this one on top. Top 2 on that side, top 2 on that side. Grip it. Through the top 2 and top 2 only. I'm going to grip it, making sure that I'm holding them the exact same direction. Top 1 on that side. Top 2 on that side. Now we're going to close it. We're not going to use the ring for this because it might drop. And we are now connected. And now we're just going to keep going all the way down the row. So now we're going to do the third ring and the second ring on the left, and the third ring and the second ring on the right. The ring does not work good in tight quarters, so you do need a second pair of pliers for this. Tesla. Definitely see some of the gold flaking off. Now we're going to go fourth ring and third ring on both sides. Damn it. Yeah, still hooked. We are making Loki's crown out of gold paper clips. Here's the crown, but currently we are making chainmail shell to go on the outside to cover it. But only for a few more minutes. My phone's about to die. So we're finishing this little tiny piece first. If I mysteriously vanished before I finished this little tiny piece, that's because my phone did die. Four more rings to go. Two on the left, two on the right. And when we're done, it's going to be 23 rings on this side, 23 rings on that side, and 7 in the middle. So for those of you at home doing the math, and like I said, we're just going to keep on doubling it until it becomes a giant sheet. Once it's a sheet, just like a sheet of fabric, we will lay it over the helmet 2 size. Cut off what we don't need, just like if it was fabric. I've tried making it the actual shape of what I'm attaching it to, and that never works. So instead, we make a sheet, lay it over on top, and cut off the excess. 2 more to go. We're going to flip it over now that I'm about to finish here. 2 on the left. And 2 on the right. I could make dragonback weave right now, but I think it looks fine as it is. And that would be a lot of extra work. One last ring doesn't want to line up, of course not. Oh. This one was improperly placed. causing a little hang-up. That's all it takes to mess up 4-in-1 chainmail. One ring in the wrong spot. Once you know what you're doing, you can... Well, I was originally going to say 12 hours, but that was before I decided to make chainmail covering. I was trying to beat the clock before the last episode of Loki came out, but thanks to having to order more paper clips, I lost that clock. So I'm going to take my time with it. I'm going to add in the chainmail. I'm going to keep it up doing at least a few live shows a week. And I'm thinking probably another 20 hours, unfortunately. Now, for those of you wondering where you can buy my art, the answer is nowhere. I don't sell it. I give it all away. Except for Paperclip Bob. My big dragon is not for sale. Unless there's some multi-millionaire out there that wants to give me $1 million. It's always the last ring. Okay, behave, paper clips. 1, 2. Come on. There we go. And drop it. All right. So that is what do we say? 23, 23, and 7. So 23, 23 is 46. 53 rings. So that's what 53 rings will get you, that mountain. We've obviously got a lot more to go. And then we got to cover this whole thing. So we've almost covered this one little tiny cube right here. Paperclip art, ladies and gentlemen. Number one most important thing about it, patience. It is not a quick hobby. I am out of here to go charge my phone. I will see y'all later.